Okay guys, get comfy, grab some tea, some coffee, some juice, some water, get healthy. Because we're gonna talk about tampons. Okay, so tampons. Today we're gonna talk about tampons. Like I said, 10 million times. So how this is gonna work is, first off, I'm gonna tell you about the first times I used a tampon. And then we're gonna talk about what I wish someone would have told me, or what I wish I would have known, because I think that's very helpful. And then I'm gonna teach you how to use tampons. Detailed instructions, because I feel like back when I was learning how to do it, everyone was too squeamish or like embarrassed to give detailed instructions. I don't use tampons anymore. This is actually the only one I could find in my apartment, because if you watch my other video about tampons, pads, menstrual cups, and sponges, you'll know I use a menstrual cup now, and I don't use tampons, but I think tampons are probably more popular than menstrual cups right now, which is fine. But I feel like this is the next step for a lot of girls from pads. So we'll start here and talk about this, and then we will go from there. So set the tampon down, Victoria. My first tampon story. Let's think back. I don't think it was too far. I don't know exactly how far after I started my period that I started thinking about tampons. I remember the very first time I tried to put in a tampon, and I didn't want to, and it didn't happen. I was at school, I was at some sporting event, I'm pretty sure it was wrestling, and I don't know if I had started my period, or not for the first time. I'd gotten my period, or I ran out of pads or whatever, so I was going around asking girls, as we do, for a pad. And the only thing that could turn up, maybe I didn't ask very many people, but the only thing that turned up was a tampon. And the tampon that this girl gave me was a cardboard applicator tampon. And I don't know if anyone's even seen any of those recently. And it wasn't like that, it was that long ago, but those things just, it's like, not only which I don't think I would like putting a cardboard tampon into my vagina right now. It definitely wasn't gonna happen for my first ever tampon. And I didn't know how to use tampons at that point. So literally this is what it was like. It was just like, nope, 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 nope. So I just put toilet paper in my underwear and threw away the tampon and pretended like I used it. And I don't think I said anything. So that didn't happen that first time. And then I think a little bit after that, I had another friend who, just kidding, I have an older sister too. I don't know why I didn't talk to her about this, but I had a friend who was kind of the all-knowing one when it came to this sort of stuff. And so I remember she's trying to teach one of my other friends through a bathroom door how to insert a tampon, because I think we were going swimming or something. And so I remember her teaching. I was like, right, this is my chance. Like, listen to everything, Victoria, because this is gonna be your ticket to learn how to use tampons. And so I remember listening very intently to what my friend was telling my other friend. And then afterwards I was like, right, okay, it's starting to click, it's making sense, I gotta do that and that. And so I felt more prepared when I went to try it again. So the next time I tried to use a tampon, I was at home, obviously, and I went to put it in. I'm gonna unwrap my final tampon so I can start explaining things to you. Okay, so I like these tampons that would come out and you click. So anyways, the first time I actually successfully kind of got a tampon in, I don't think I knew about the whole putting it all in all the way trick. So I put it in like halfway up to there, and I was like, right, it's in, and I like locked and loaded, and I shot off the gun, And then I like did the whole like look down between my legs. I'm like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to look, because half of the cotton was still like sticking out of me. And so I was like, okay, right, I didn't put it in far enough. That's okay. And if no one ever tells you this, especially when you first start using tampons, do not try to pull out a dry tampon. It is the worst thing in the world. Like, the brakes that were in my vagina came to a screeching halt when I tried to like pull it out. I was just like, God no. So anyways, I was at home and I got the brilliant idea to fill the bathtub up with like a couple inches of water. And I was like, right, I'll get it a little bit wet. Cracks me up that I filled up a bathtub. Like, I could have gotten a glass of water or something. Cheers. So I filled up the bathtub and I like squatted down into it until like the bottom of the tampon soaked up water, like, and then it came out super duper easy. So that should have been my first clue that you can't pull out dry tampons. But listen to that, girls, don't pull out dry tampons. So that was kind of unsuccessful, and I don't think I tried again that day, or maybe I did. But the next time I remember trying, I successfully got it in, no problemo, and it was beautiful. I got out of the bathroom and I had a moment of, I was like, I feel like a brand new woman, because you can, like, if you guys ever remember like the first times that you successfully use a tampon, you're like, you can't tell you're on your period, especially when you go from like the diaper feeling of pads to tampons. It was a glorious thing, and I danced around the house, I'm pretty sure. But then I went to, keep tossing this tampon. I went to leave the house that day because I was going to like church youth group or something with a friend. And I went to pull it out, and the baby was not budging nowhere. It was not going anywhere. So I couldn't get the tampon out, and I started freaking out. That I wasn't gonna be able to get it out, and then I was gonna have to go to the doctor to get it removed, and heaven forbid a person see my vagina. But, so what did I do? I finally got like desperate enough where, I still can't believe I did this. I called in my friend who I was going with and said, listen here, I cannot get my tampon out. Like, I knew she had used tampons before, so I was like, give me your guidance. And she kind of like reassured me that everything was gonna be okay. And she told me to just like, you're just gonna have to like grit down and pull it out and kind of like suck it up. Cause I was probably like, no. And she's like, just pull it out. And so I grit my teeth and probably push my Kegel muscles. And it came right out after that. I mean, it didn't feel nice, but it came out. So that was my first tampon experience. Tampons, because there was a total of 3 tampons in that. So next we're gonna go into things that I wish I would have been told, or things I wish I would have known. Number 1, first off, and I think I did this at a young age, get a mirror. There's nothing to worry about it. Get a little hand mirror and go and check out what you have going on down there, because it's just good to know what's going on with your body, and to have like a visual when you're trying to do stuff. And I don't, like, there's nothing to be squeamish about. Another thing along being squeamish is like, don't be like, there's no need to be weird or think it's gross to like have to touch your vagina. Like, there's nothing, it's cool. There's nothing to worry about that. Like, so get a mirror, dig around, check it out, see where everything's at. And you can pull up a little diagram so you can be like, oh, that's in that, and that's in that, and that's like, explains it to you. When I was younger, I thought that I didn't understand my anatomy maybe, and so I thought that my biggest fear was that a tampon was just gonna get sucked up into me and just disappear forever and ever into the black hole that was my vagina. But this can't happen. Your cervix will stop it from going anywhere. When you're first using tampons, get the light absorbency, get the lightest one you can, and do not try to pull out a tampon that is not ready to come out. So if you, like I said before, if you tug on it and it's not budging, let it sit for a little while. Cardboard applicators are crap. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't even try. I don't even know if they have those anymore, but plastic is the way to go. This one is frazzle-dazzled, but They're super easy to insert, like they don't hurt at all. The tampons come with instruction manuals, but they might as well be a foreign language because they make no sense. The concept is there, but it's not, the information you need isn't there. So if you're gonna get squeamish about me talking about vaginas in detail, steer away, but don't steer away. Come back, sit down with me, snuggle in, and let's get started. So one of the biggest things probably for the why I say you need to get a mirror and go down there and check out is because you have different elements. Your anatomy is not just your vagina. One hand you take I take my pointer and my middle finger and kind of like make way, spread open. And with the other one, I use my thumb and my middle finger to hold onto the grip, and then the pointer finger is the trigger finger. And so make way with the two, go in with the other hand, and you have to, the thing is there's many different, like you've learned that there's many different stances, I suppose, that you can insert it from. You can sit on the toilet, you can stand, some people squat, some people put one leg up on the toilet. But I personally just stand. I stand my feet about hips, shoulders, length apart, and sometimes like a little bend in my knee to kind of like get the right angle. Hold it by the grips. This is kind of, your fingers are your guide. You want to insert it all the way and almost like your fingers in a little bit too. If you guys have any questions about tampons or any tips that you want to share, feel free to comment down below about tampons. And with that, I'm going to end this video and I'll stop spinning this tampon around. I should name him. Looks like a girl because it's pink. And since it's a tampon, it should probably be a girl. I'm gonna name this tampon Claire. I don't know, Claire. This is my tampon, Claire. You may see her in another video. Dun, dun, dun. Tampon.